Hi everyone. So Mercury is finally going direct after a kind of a fiery retrograde period in Leo. It is now moving forward again in the sign of Leo. So when that happens, we can really find our inner wisdom. We can use our words to really uplift people in the way that the energy of Leo is really good at. So we can take advantage of Mercury being direct in the sign of Leo. I'd like to roll an Astro House dice to see if we can capture the energy of what's going to happen during this Mercury direct period. So we rolled the fifth house. And the fifth house is generally the house of pleasure. This is where we find the things we love. This is the things that we really enjoy doing. And this is what we're talking about. That is the house of Leo. And so I do think that this going direct is going to change things for the better. But let's see what the tarot wants to tell us. I have two tarot decks here that I'd like to work with to try to capture the energy of Mercury in Leo. So we have the Wheel of Fortune. That's a great way to start this out. Seven of Cups. Strength. Ace of Swords, Four of Swords. Underneath, Temperance, King of Wands, Three of Swords, Five of Swords, Two of Swords. Underneath everything is the Lovers, which I'm going to flip over. But the Lovers underneath everything is really telling me that you have a choice in the situation, and having a choice automatically empowers you in any situation that you're in. It gives you the power to decide what works best for you. So right away, just by scanning the cards and not really getting into them in detail yet, I am seeing that there is a message for you to remember how lucky you are. Gratitude is a very powerful tool. And it's a very good way to keep your heart chakra open, because I am seeing the Three of Swords, which could mean that you're going through some kind of heartbreak right now. But being grateful for all of the things you do have is the easiest way to keep your heart chakra open. But let's go through the cards in the columns one by one and see what else we can find out. So I love this current energy that you're in, though, because we have the fifth house, we have the Wheel of Fortune, and we have Temperance. So I can tell that you're at peace, and you probably can feel the shift in the energy with the Wheel of Fortune, because we don't see that wheel unless the energy is already shifting. So you probably are feeling that whatever happened in the past, or whoever or whatever hurt you, because I'm seeing a King of Wands, I'm seeing a Three of Swords, and I'm seeing a Five of Swords. So there's a good chance that another person hurt you. I do feel like you're feeling like the tables are starting to turn. You're seeing kind of the truth in the situation with the Wheel of Fortune. And with the Temperance card, it's like seeing the truth, but with the balanced energies. It's like the yin and the yang of the situation. You're seeing it as a whole, instead of perhaps seeing it just from your side, or just how the unfairness of it. You might be starting to see that even though this situation was unfair, that you're starting to feel like there was a reason for that, or that you're now getting your justice, or these types of energies. When I see the Wheel of Fortune and Temperance together, that you're really starting to shift even your own energy and the way that you look at the situation. So the Seven of Cups here and the Lovers both represent choices, and sometimes it represents not knowing what to do. And so I do get the sense that you're being asked to focus on the fact that you don't know what to do about this person in your energy. So if there is someone who's really been distressing you lately, or someone who's been hurting you, perhaps cheating, lying, heartbreak, all of these kind of these unbalanced, swordsy conflict kind of energy. If there is someone like that, you are being asked to focus on the fact that you don't know what to do. So what that tells me is that it may be that you're not looking at it right. And that's what we're talking about with the shift in the energy, that the universe may be helping you to shift your energy so that you become more clear, that perhaps you need to enable some boundaries with this person, because I do see that they're not really in a healthy energy. And so you don't need people who are in a very unbalanced energy in your energy. So it seems like even though you don't know what to do, this is like saying that you kind of do know what to do. You know that this person is probably not for you. And in order to nourish your own soul, for your own self-growth, for your own self-focus, it's probably better to set up some kind of a boundary with this person. So, but I think that's going to be challenging for you because it feels like this person has hurt you so much and you want your justice when it comes to this situation or this person. But I love that the Strength card is showing up here too. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, Temperance, and the Strength card all show up, which tells me that the universe is 100% on your side. They're shifting the energy, they're helping you feel balanced, and they're putting that wind in your back that you need in order to push this forward. So if this is a person who you need to release, the universe is really helping you to see the forest for the trees, that you might be confused right now by why this person is putting you through this, but let's just get through it is what the message is saying, because you're going to see in the end that it was really worth whatever this strife was, because it's going to completely change you as a person by the time you get through it. But I can see that that's a challenge. If this person is hurting you, if you are hurting, if there are injustices being done to you, then of course you're in pain. And the cards are acknowledging that you are in that level of pain. But I also can see that there's going to be some good that comes from this, especially with this Wheel of Fortune here. And the universe is really helping you. So look at it in the sense that the universe is trying to acknowledge that you are in pain, but with the Strength card trying to absorb some of that pain so it's not as painful as it could have been. I hope that makes sense. The advice coming through is to really see the truth in this situation where you are unclear with the Seven of Cups. The Ace of Swords is you couldn't be more clear. So these are very opposite energies. And again, the advice is saying to be clear about this person who's presenting as this King of Wands who hurts you repeatedly. I do think that this Ace of Swords is cutting through the truth. The advice is to find the truth. Look at this situation for what it is. Look at this person for who they truly are. Stand up for yourself and don't be attached to the outcome with this person. Just release it. And I also think that there is something here about perhaps the way you express yourself, because the Ace of Swords can definitely be what we say, our truth that we speak into existence, and maybe just telling this person that you see what they're up to, you see their BS, that you're not going to do it anymore, and you're definitely going to draw some boundaries. There is a saying, I don't know where I've heard this before, so let me know if you know what this is, if it's Native American or if it's something else entirely. I really don't know, but there is a saying to write down your injustices in sand, because it's so impermanent, right? Like sand, if you write something in the sand, in a couple of minutes, it could be gone, depending on the situations of the environment. But I'm getting that in my head right now. So maybe someone needs to hear that there's something to write down, but then let it go. So, but I do see you drawing those boundaries that we're talking about. I see 4 swords with the 2 of swords. So I know that you are taking a break from this person. You are probably setting some kind of a boundary. And the 2 of swords can be a card about waiting something out too. So I don't see you taking any real decisive action, but I do see you separating yourself from this. So I do think that that's a really great energy to be in, where you are separated from whatever this is, because the cards are really asking you to do that. And the energy, I think, as long as you set a boundary, set yourself apart from whoever this is that's hurting you, I do think the universe is going to come in and shift things pretty quickly because of all these majors that we see here. So let's get a few more tarot cards to see what other voices would like to speak up. So with the Wheel of Fortune and Temperance, we have the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands is about our responsibilities. It's about our challenges. And I think this is saying, because you were willing to take on those responsibilities, because you were willing to take on the challenge of facing your fears and understanding that this person is not who they present themselves to be, and really seeing the truth in the situation, that was when this energy really started to shift. And I also think this Wheel of Fortune represents Mercury going direct again, so that the energy can shift in your favor. If Mercury retrograde caused a lot of these issues with this person, Mercury direct is going to help you see them for who they truly are. The Seven of Cups and the King of Wands is with the King of Cups. So the King of Cups has a lot of integrity. The King of Cups has a lot of stability. So this is just saying, use your inner King of Cups to see which one of these cups is the truth, to see that this King of Wands is perhaps not presenting themselves in a very authentic way, especially if they break their heart and play games, or worse, if they cheat or lie or steal or whatever the situation is for you, to see that very clearly. The King of Cups knows exactly which cup is the right cup, and they're not deluded in any sense. And it looks like right now you're just kind of confused about what this person really is to you in the situation. But the truth is coming, and the boundaries are coming. Strength in the Three of Swords is with the Page of Pentacles. So the Page of Pentacles is the student of the deck. The Page of Pentacles knows how to reflect on things. They're very diligent and hard worker. So I like seeing that with the Strength card, which is also represented by Leo, because we know that Mercury is in the sign of Leo right now. So it kind of all ties together with what we've been saying, but I do think this Page of Pentacles represents you and how you've been able to reflect on this situation. And with Mercury going direct, you're able to reflect even more on what this person perhaps has put you through. And the Page of Pentacles can diligently work through this, which is also what the Strength card is asking you to do. So the Ace of Swords and the Five of Swords is with the Four of Pentacles. So the Four of Pentacles is about conservation. It's about practicality. And this is saying, look at the truth in this situation, conserve your energy, and look at this in a practical way. Look at what this person has done to you in the most practical sense, and let that be your guide. And then finally, the Four of Swords and the Two of Swords is with the King of Wands again. So we have the King of Wands showing up here twice, but you are showing up twice as two different kings. This is about leadership and this is about success. So I think that this time away is going to empower you to see that this was not a fair fight and that this person doesn't play fair. We never see the Five of Swords if someone is playing fair. So I already know this was not a fair fight. And the cards are really just confirming what we already said. Conserve your energy with these fours. Hold back, take a break, don't do anything, set a boundary, and then let the universe really shift the energy for you, because we see the Wheel of Fortune and Temperance, so we know that the universe is here helping to balance things out and make those justices, make those things right that were not right and were not fair. And that is exactly what we would expect when Mercury goes direct. So there you go. That is your Mercury direct in Leo reading. Will you please let me know how this was resonant for you? Consider subscribing to the channel if you like my vibe, and we will do this again sometime. Thanks, everybody. Bye.